with Scc to take over this session. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Bhagwati, and I welcome you all, the distinguished faculty and the students for this training session of Scc Online. We'll be discussing about the various search methods that we have in Scc Online with which you can do your legal research. And not only now, it will also help you in your career also in future when you pass out from the college and university. So this tool is something which will be throughout your career, you will be carrying it across. So you kindly pay attention to what all will be showing here. And together with me, my colleague, Mr. Mohit Singh, is also there. And we'll just start this session now. And I just share my screen, of course, first. So first thing first, the screen that I'm sharing now, you will be, having access to this website through remote access, considering the kind of situation we are in right now in this pandemic. We are not going to the campus, and therefore we have a remote access. Bhagwati ma'am, just one clarification, which remote access you are using here?
We are e-proxy, sir.
Okay, fine. So with what this remote access you have, through which you will be now accessing this website, you'll reach here, that is scconline.com. From here, you will go to this login area. But before the login procedure, let me show you the data that is being covered here. Now in data, you will find this competition section. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. I think we're not able to see the shared screen.
Yes, not able to see the screen, sir. Yes.
Okay, just one second. I'll reshare. I'll reshare it. Kindly confirm me when you are able to view it. Is it visible now? Sir. Okay. Is it visible now?
It's a plain screen, sir, actually.
Oh, still processing.
Yeah, it's on processing, I think. Yeah.
It's taking a while.
You want me to share my screen?
Please go ahead.
Okay. I hope my screen is being shared now.
Well, I can not see it as of now. Maybe
Yeah.
You're able to.
Yeah, we can able to see the screen.
Okay. I think because since I am unable to view it, Mr. Mohit, you can start with the data coverage till I find, try to reconnect.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
Go ahead with the data coverage.
Okay. Students, as you can see, this is the SCC Online website. Now, SCC Online is a product of Eastern Book Company. Eastern Book Company is a legal publishing house in India, which majorly focuses upon publishing the Supreme Court judgments and their digest notes. SCC Online being a part of Eastern Book Company, it gives you the data not only from the Supreme Court but from various other courts as well. Having said that, let's look at some data coverage. Let's look at some information of what this SCC Online contains. So I click on data coverage. I click on web edition. So first thing first, as you can see, we already have the Supreme Court of India judgments. And on the right hand side, if you see, we have updated our database till 15th of April 2021. Apart from the Supreme Court judgments, we also have federal court judgments, Privy Council judgments, and respective High Court judgments, and we are updating them on a regular basis. So talking about case laws, you can find ample amount of case laws coming from different courts. If I talk about any another information, that is tribunals and commissions. You can also find all the tribunals and commissions in SCC Online, just as NCLAT, Appellate Tribunal for NDPS, and CAT, and many other tribunals which you can find. Now, apart from tribunals and commissions, we also have the Indian statutes. Whenever you would like to read any bare act, then you can certainly find that act in SCC Online. We have the central acts, we have state acts, we have rules, regulations, circulars, notifications, instructions, and most importantly, we have the bills in parliament which have been introduced in any one of the houses or which has been passed by any one of the houses. So both the information has been kept in SCC Online. Apart from the statutes, we also have the secondary materials available. What does this contain? Secondary material contains your constituent assembly debates, which is really very beneficial for the first year students to get to know that how the constitution was formed and what were the debates that were taken place while forming of the constitution. Apart from that, we also have reports of commission and committees, legal articles, legal dictionary, and many other information which you can find in SCC Online. Today's session will be focused upon how you can find your relevant data in less time and obviously in less efforts as well. Because whenever you combine all the information in one place, sometimes it is a tedious task to find a particular information as quickly as possible. So in today's session, our motto will be how to do research quickly and effectively. Ms. Rana, is your internet is good now? All right. Now, since we are already using a remote access software in order to, we can say, use SCC Online while being at home, then you already know the process of that particular software to reach to this website. The website URL is scconline.com. This is the website URL. And now, when you reach to the website, you need to click on login button. You click on it, and now you will see an IP login feature over here. Just a second. I believe. Yep. Let me refresh the screen. Okay. Since we are using MyLoft for our SCC Online purpose, so MyLoft is a kind of remote access software on our side, and that is how we reach to SCC Online website. So just a second. Okay, yeah, there you go. So now what you're seeing over here is IP login. So whenever you see IP login, that simply means that you have, we can say, connected to your remote access software, and that is why you're seeing this IP login feature. If you do not see this IP login feature, that simply means you are not connected to the remote services. Please check your connection again, just like I've did over here. Now, whenever you see this IP login, first thing first, you need to click on register here. You click on register here, It will ask for your login ID and your full name. Your login ID is the email ID provided to you via college or your personal email ID. I'm just putting in my random email ID over here.
Yes, sir, we lost audio for a couple of seconds. Please.
I'm sorry. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
All right. So till now, what I've done over here is I clicked on the IP login feature and I clicked on register here in order to register myself. And now, as per the student criteria, they will enter their graduation year. For the faculty member, they can click on the skip button. Now it will be skipped, and now you're in the software. So before we jump into the research portion, before we jump into any we can say method, the first step is to log in the software. So whenever any student has any confusion, they can reach out to me in the question and answers round regarding the login process or any other questions. Now this SCC Online is very user friendly when it comes to the interface. As you can see, we have made separate tiles for each and every parameter, or we can say for each and every input which we are going to make. For an example, sometimes students have the party name available with them. So we have find by party name option. Sometimes they have a citation with them. Again, we have a citation option. Sometimes they just wanted to read some acts. So we have browse acts option over here. Whichever is your query, you wanted to see the act, you wanted to read the articles, whatever your query is, we have made a separate entry for that in a form of tile. Now let us start the search with any of the research tiles. Research tiles are represented in the blue color and the My Library tiles are represented in the red color. Now let us
So,
try to, yeah,
sorry to interrupt, Mohit. As far as the word search is concerned, shall I give you one query to start with?
sure. I'll share my screen, you can do the voiceover.
Yes, I'm doing that. So let's start with the word search. Now, in the word search, what all query you are keying in, you can key in this area, enter search term area. Usually what we do, we in any of the legal free search engines like Google or maybe Wikipedia, etc., you tend to enter the entire description. So, for example, if I'm looking for, let's say, Mohit, cases on latest judgments from Supreme Court of India on, say, corruption. So, what I'll enter is the enter. What Mohit is entering is the entire sentence. Cases on corruption from Supreme Court of India, right? And then we'll start the search. Of course, we'll get the results, no doubt, but whether it will be the latest judgment from Supreme Court of India, how I can get it, and let's first see the results. Let's analyze that. The results that I am getting is 13,219 in the first column. Remember, every time you do a search, or whether on the basis of a word search or by a party name or by a section or maybe even a citation, you will get this three columnar display result for all from all these options. The first one will comprise of all the databases where these words are appearing. So in the all results column, you'll see digest notes. That's our USP. That is the digest notes or the law points or the summaries of all the judgments. Followed by that, it's also showing me judgments. And then it's as well in the acts, bills, notifications, articles, etc. What all databases it is appearing in, it will show all of them. Now from here, if I want to, in the result list, you will see it's showing me these titles of the digest notes. But what if I want to see the judgments? I'll just expand this judgments, in the first column, and now it will give me a bifurcation. Supreme Court 1700, Privy Council so many, High Courts also further you can expand and it will show you the specific High Court. Now let's move the cursor to Supreme Court. Now in the Supreme Court, it will show you the only cursor will appear. Wherever this pointer is going, it will follow with that only. And the moment I click on only, say for example, in this case, Supreme Court, so it will deselect all the other databases. As you can see, all the check boxes are unticked, and only Supreme Court is being now, displayed in the result list. That is the second column. So you are only seeing the judgments now in the result list. Now from here, if you see, it's the first judgment is of 2015 and the second one is of 2020. So it's not in a sorted manner or arranged in ascending or descending order. So let's do that. We'll just sort it out. Now there's an option, sort by option, in the second column, as you can see. So where I'll just simply select various modes by which I can sort. The first one being latest judgment first, or maybe sometimes I'm interested in the quorum strength first, alphabetical A to Z, Z to A, what all it is. So in this case, I'm interested in latest first. So I'll select latest first. Thereby, it will arrange this entire list in the chronological order. That means the latest one is on top. That is 13th of April 2021. But as you can see, whether it is talking about corruption or not, I'm not sure, because it's highlighting all words like of, from, and that way. Now let us redo this query again, and let's try to see how different it can be done and how effective it can be done. Now in this case, let's pick the same query again, which was cases from the Supreme Court of India. And here we'll remove cases on, from, even Supreme Court, and keep only corruption here, or type only corruption over here, which is the main law point or the main keyword that we are looking for. This is the best way to do the legal research in SCC, because now let's start the search and see the difference here. Earlier we had got 13,000 odd results, and now with a lesser keywords keyed in, I'm getting 57,000 odd. So that means the lesser we key in, the more results we get, whereas more we key in, lesser we are getting, because we should focus mainly on our law point or the keywords. And again, I can simply now do the sorting as we did in the previous occasion. Judgments, we can expand, we can select Supreme Court only, then we can go to the sort by option in the result list column and arrange it latest as latest first. So here you will get more results, and the latest one is of 13th of April 2021, and it's talking about corruption, anti-corruption, whatever it is. This is the simplest way to do it. And in this word search, as you can see, with clicking on this show that line where this corruption is appearing within the judgment, so it will jump to that particular line. Now coming back to the dashboard, by clicking on these 3.3 lines, we'll get back to the dashboard, and the research, you will also find many other options within this. So let's talk about one among those. That the last one is there, known as words and phrases. Now what words and phrases does is it gives us the legal definitions, and these definitions are picked up from the Indian case law and from the statutory law, as well as from the Wharton dictionary. At times you can find these definitions. So in the words and phrases, you need to type the legal word or phrase in the field where it's saying type and select word phrase from suggestions. So let's search for a very simple definition on bail. So once we key in bail and click on show button, it will now show me the text or the definition of bail in this defined in the statutory law, as well as when you scroll down, you will find that it is mentioning various definitions and along with the citation where it has been defined. For example, in this case, A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras, 1950. Then followed by that, if you scroll down further, there will be another occasion, that is Vaman Narayan Ghia versus State of Rajasthan. Here also bail was defined. And further scrolling down will also show me maybe another citation reference. And that is Deepak Subhash Chandra Mehta versus CBI, and then you find this square box, square brackets, WHRT mentioned over there. That means that this is a Wharton dictionary definition that has been incorporated over here. So that is the words and phrases option for you. Let's move back to the dashboard and explore some more options here. In this research section only, we have this find by topic also, which is somewhat similar to your word search. Whereas in word search, you will be typing the query. Here, you can either select it among the list, which is already prepared by our editorial, or you can type in the field above what all topic you are looking for, because these all topics that you see like administrative law or arbitration etc will have subheadings, right? If you want to straight away go to the subheading, then you can type that over here in the field itself. Let's take an example of say gratuity. So when I type gratuity, it will pull out all the acts where it is being defined. Obviously, it's in labor law and service law. So immediately you can get to it. And if you expand, it will show you the title. And once you select the title, you can go to the bottom of this screen. There is a go button. And by default, the selection is search in digest notes. So it will search only in the summary part. And if you are interested in seeing the full text judgments also, then you can click on search everywhere. It will search in the acts, in the notification, as well as in the full text judgments in that case. So that is your find by topic. Now let's move back to the dashboard. Similarly, we also have the option of finding by a party name. Finding a case law by party name. So let's click on this option, find by party name. Here you will find two sections. One is the traditional one, searching by party name, where you have the name of either the party or both the party names you can enter over here. And the second section is search by famous case names. Now, famous case names are those which are made famous by the media. So the actual party name gets eclipsed. So I can give you an example of like Sabrimala, Triple Talaq, or Ayodhya, Babri Masjid, or first judge's case. Second, so the moment Mohit has keyed in Sabrimala, it gives us a suggestion. Women entry in Sabrimala, yes, I select that and click on find case. The software decodes immediately and gives us the actual party name, that is Indian Young Lawyers Association versus State of Kerala. And the citation is also there. So this is one way of finding famous case names, right? The traditional one is find search by party name. So let's move on to that. In this first column, it's asking me to select the court. So if I'm sure about the court, I can select either High Court or Supreme Court. Otherwise, if I'm having any doubt, I can select all jurisdiction. All right. So let's select Supreme Court in this case, and then the party name. And not necessarily the party name should be in the same sequence. Like if I talk about say A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras, okay, I can key in Madras first, right? And maybe Gopalan next. And in between these two party names, I will not put any V dot or versus, because that will not give me the results, because V dot versus will appear in all. So moment I do that, I click on find case and immediately I get the unique citation on the bottom result window. Now from here, I'll just double click on this citation, which will now show give me the full text of the judgment. Not only the full text, but also the digest notes or the law points associated with it. So you can see on the screen, first column, it shows first one is the judgment and 231 are the law points. one thing you should remember, that in Supreme Court judgments, not the entire judgment is overruled, only few specific law points are overruled. So we need to know those, right? And the best way to know them is by using the search within search results, right? We have done one party name search and we got the results. Now within these 231, 232 results, I want to look for, I'm searching for the overruled law points. So in search within search results, I'll type overruled. Now, the moment I do that and I'll start this search, it will search within these results, and of course, it will give me the uh, law points which are overruled only in the second column, that is the result list. Now you can see there are labels in the second column where it is showing. First one is D, which stands for digest node. 6 is the quorum strength or the bench strength, and of course the red circle with the exclamation denotes that this particular law point has been overruled. So even without reading this law point, you can just definitely say that yes, this one particular law point has been overruled. So if you see this law point, which is now being displayed on the third column, like interpretation of statutes, internal aids, you will be now reading the law point, and on the bottom of the screen it will also show me in which judgment this particular law point has been overruled, right? So if you scroll down the third column, the text of this law point in the third column, on the bottom you will be seeing here, it's this view was overruled in Shambhunath Sarkar versus State of West Bengal, and again overruled in Kalpana Mehta versus India. Similarly, in this result list in the second column, you will see various law points, whether it's on external aids, history of legislation, or constitutional rights, Article 19(1), right to movement throughout the territory. So this way you have different law points over here, which have been overruled. And it will show you in which judgment each law point will be obviously not overruled in the same judgment, maybe in some other different judgment also. That also will be mentioned over here in the bottom, at the bottom. Now this particular judgment of 1950, how was it relied on or followed or distinguished or merely cited, right? All these treatments, if you want to know them or if you want to see them, you'll be using one tool over here known as case reference. In the third column, this second icon, in the third column, the second icon known as case references. There, if you click on that, a single click will now give me all those judgments and digest notes where this A.K. Gopalan judgment citation has been mentioned. Not only mentioned, where it has been relied on, whether it has been cited or relied on or followed or distinguished, what all treatment is there, you can get to see that. So the moment we click on this, show me where it is appearing, this particular citation, as you can see, it shows that it has been just merely cited in this particular judgment of 1955. If we scroll down on Preventive Detention Act 1950. Similarly, if we go scroll through the next one, it will again show a suggestion is being given that in this case, Article 14 being discussed in this this judgment of 55. Then followed by that, 1961, you have this particular statutes and rules, Article 21, prevention. So here you can see on the bottom, it says followed. So this particular judgment of Ram Chandra Prasad versus State of Bihar has followed A.K. Gopal. So you get all these useful inputs as well in SCC. Let's move back to the dashboard and move to the next option that we have over here, that is finding by citation. Now we have 200 plus citations available over here. When we click on this find by citation, you will be able to see lot many citations. We have tied up with regional journals, so you get to see the true print or exact photo picture of the print journal that you have physically in the library, and here in the software also you will find the same ditto photocopy of that. So you can see various publishers citation formats are available. And suppose if you have a citation which is not of SCC, AR, so what you can do is you can simply type that over here on the top most field over here, and or maybe manually select like this. Type the year here, say for example 2010 I'm looking for, and automatically what will happen that it will show me the page index of all the 2010 year index, from page number 1 to 18 the first judgment, from 19 the second one, 03 the fourth, and so on and so forth. So let's select one and then click on get citation. So it will show me the full text of this judgment of the citation as well as the digest note. Let's see the digest note, the second one here. And once we are scrolling down this digest note where the party name is mentioned, it will show you the equivalent citations. Now what that does that mean, that SCC we have done extra work by incorporating different publishers citations in which this particular judgment has been published, right? So if you have a SCC citation, fine, you will be able to find. But what if you have an AR citation? In this case, you can see there are some 5-6 journals that we have taken equivalent citation of: SCC Criminal Law Journal, ECRN, all new cases, AIR. And that's how we reached here, AR 2010, right? So this way you can search on the basis of even equivalent citations. Let's move back to this find by citation and show you one more editorial work what we have done, some extra bit we have provided over here. This is one's judgment of Supreme Court 1993 year, volume 4 and page 441. It's a advocates records on association, Supreme Court Advocates on Record Association versus Union of India with the SP Gupta versus Union of India. It's basically for on the appointment and transfers of judges and all that. It's based on. Here you will see that the judgment starts with the digest note or the summary part. And in the digest note or the summary part, where you can see it's mentioned as Constitution of India, Articles 124 and so on and so forth. So if I want to see the Article 32, say for example, I can just click it on it. It has a hyperlink and it will open the Article 32 of Constitution of India for me in front of the screen. From here, I can read this, and then while I close it, I'm back to my original judgment. So these are all hyperlinked. All the acts, as well as the respective sections, articles, etc., are hyperlinked within the judgment. You can anytime refer it. Then, while scrolling down, you are now seeing all the summary parts, summarizations within of this judgment, right? And within this summaries or the small paras, you will find para numbers mentioned in each of these summaries. If you can just see, in this case para 271, below it says paras 271 and 300. So this is a gist of para 271 and 300. And what if I want to go to the actual full explanation? I can click on 271 and it will jump to that particular paragraph in the judgment, right? This we have done through the entire digest notes. While we are at it, you will also find these blue colored highlighted portions. Now, what is this? This is basically the summary of arguments which happened in the court between both the parties. Same has been recorded over here and provided to you. So the judgment is yet to start. So let's scroll down further, and from some page 500 plus, the judgment starts. So you can see the kind of effort or editorial input you get in some of the judgments. We've done it for the landmark judgments, and some of them it's work in progress for some. So this is the kind of extra you get in the software. Now let's move back to the dashboard. If you remember, we started with this search option, word search, right? Now, just before we switch back to the word search, I'll just show you one more option here, that is find case law by section. Now, in find case law by section, you need to enter the act name. Followed by that, it will give you the entire section list. Right. So every act that we have, say for example, penal code or maybe contract act, it starts with Indian. Now, being common, it was giving us a huge list of all the acts. So we have just skipped that first part, Indian. So you can start straight away type the principal act. So for example, in this case, contract act, if I'm looking for, I can simply type that over here. The moment I type contract act, I'll select from the list and click on find in title. It will give me the entire list of sections. Right. So from here, I'll just select the one on which I want to see the case law. So I'll select, say, section 17. Let's scroll down a little bit on fraud, and then go click on the go button. It will give me now the judgments on the digest notes on section 17 of the Contract Act. It's as simple as that. Now let's again move back to the dashboard. We've covered most of the things in this research section. In the word search, I'll show you a few more couple of features which are there. Like let's go back to the word search quickly. At any point of time, if you have a phrase to search on, for phrase you should always put that in double inverted commas. So let's take the example of right to health. Let's type right to health over here, and I'm looking for judgments on that. So being a phrase, what I'll do is I'll, after typing right to health, I'll put them in double inverted commas, the entire words. So the software will search for them as a single word altogether. Right? So whenever you have a phrase, put them in double inverted commas and then start the search. Once you start the search, you obviously get the results. And now within these results, I want to further filter it, narrow down. I'm just building up my query and I want to now further narrow it down. So from right to health, I want to see how many of them are covered or discussed about the below poverty line. So in search, within search results, I'll type below poverty line and again put it in double inverted commas because I want to search them as a phrase. So below poverty level, below poverty line, and then double inverted commas and start search. So this way I can narrow it down, and I can narrow it down up to 6 levels or 6 steps. Let's do one more. And again, in the search, within search, I want to search for right to health for universally, for all. So universal, I'll key in one single word. It's not a phrase. I can put it without double quotes also, and then start the search. And you'll see that you are further narrowing it down. Now, at any point of time, if you want to make a change in one particular step, you need not go through the entire 3 steps, right? So you find one cross mark in the area where it's saying you search for. So suppose I remove the second step by clicking on the cross button, and it will remove it and readjust the software. The results accordingly. Then I go back to the search within search results, and the modified word that I wanted to search for was tribal. So let's type tribal over here and start the search. And this way, the modification is done, and I did not go through the entire steps, redo the entire steps. So that is search within search for you. Now let's move back to the word search, and we just did one search through that find case law by section where I was searching for section 17. Now in case I have more than one act or section to search for in one go, because by find case law by section I will be able to only select one act and section at a time. So I'll go back to the word search and type the act name as well as the section. So let's do that by let's go for this penal code section 420. So in the word search, I'll type penal. Followed by that, I'll type the section that is 420. Then the other section that I was looking for was Negotiable Instrument Act. So I'll key in negotiable only. And then again, the section that is 138. Now these two sections are be searched in the same judgment. If I do this search right now, it will pick the judgments, but not necessarily in the same context. Means it will be in a scattered manner. It will not be in a nearby proximity. So to search for these two correlating words or four correlating words in nearby vicinity, what I'll do is I'll put one operator which is known as Boolean operator near. So let's do that. In between penal and 420, we'll type in capital letters near. And after the every section, again, I'll put one near and again one more after negotiable. So what the software will do, it will search for these words nearby. And how much nearby? If you scroll down, it says Boolean near setting means 10 words range. Right. So I can increase it from 10 to 20 or reduce it even to less than 10. So this way, it will search for all these acts and sections in the vicinity, in the nearby area. And then let's start the search. So this is the near operator, which you can use in these kind of situations. Or there is another situation where you have a very descriptive query. And if you remember, when we started with the first search on corruption, instead of entering the entire see, you can see the results here. It's talking about both the acts and sections. Let's move back to the word search. And also I wanted to highlight that again, if I have a very descriptive query, there was one judgment quoted by one of the judges of a foreign judge, in which he was talking about something on indiscipline versus discipline, where it is mentioned, he gave this quote that I cannot define an elephant, but I cannot define an elephant, but I do recognize when I see one. I cannot recognize an elephant, but I sorry, you just type in the entire sentence, Mohit. This I cannot define an elephant, but I do recognize when I see one. If you remember the beginning, when we did that corruption one, example I gave, again we have to follow the same. We have to remove the common English words in this, like of, cannot, I, do, etc., and only keep the main keywords, or in this case here. So I cannot, I can do away with, I'll put define because it is defining word. Then elephant, again, of course, we're talking about elephant, will keep that as well. And also I'll remove, but I do recognize one. And maybe C is in entirety, I might require C also. So I'll just reduce it to 3 maximum, 2 to 3 words in between. And the rest, I can again start search and it will give me this results. But using the near operator, will again search for all these words in a sentence, proximity search. So let's start the search and see the results. Why I'm telling you this? Because these common English words will be appearing in 100% in all the judgments. So you'll get a huge list of results. And from there, you want to narrow down on your particular judgment. It will be a very tedious task. But right now you can see it's very accurate and it's very easy to identify. As you can see, the very first one, Bombay High Court judgment, where it is mentioned from foreign judge, like still as Scranton LJ said on another occasion, I cannot define an elephant, but I do recognize one when I see one. So this is the near operator option. Similarly, we also have or and not option available in the search, which I'll follow with one example each, and then we'll move to the next section, considering the time constraint. Let's move to the word search, and then let's talk about the or operator. Now, or operator is used when you have multiple options to search for, maybe same meaning words. Like I'm looking for judgments on cancellation of appointment of the employees who are either temporary, ad hoc, casual, or seasonal. So now these 3-4 categories are one and the same thing though, but they are interpreted in different by different words. So what I can do is I can simply type a key, start the search with cancellation near appointment one, and then in the result list I can simply type the type of employees, whether it is temporary, ad hoc, or casual. Now start the search. Yeah. Now let's in between those different types, if I don't key in anything, like let's start with temporary, casual, and ad hoc, as it is. I can, type them and then start the search. What the software will do, it will give me those judgments where all the 3 or 4 type of employees which are mentioned over here, I mean, different with different names, will be appearing in the same judgment. Right. So what I'll do is ad hoc, we should put one space in between. I'm not sure about this. So, and while putting one space, I can put it in double inverted comma so that it's searched as a single word. Usually ad hoc, either they put one hyphen or a space in between. So we'll put it that way. And now starting search will, again, as I told you, will give me the results, but it will give me, it will confine it to only those judgments where all the 3 are appearing. Now I want either of them. So for that purpose, I'll use the OR operator. Again, in capital locks, in between temporary, casual, and ad hoc, I'll put one OR. So that way, it will pick judgments on either of these for me. So that is the OR operator for you. And apart from this near and OR, we also have one operator known as NOT. At times when you do your research, when you do your research, you get the results, you get a humongous result list, and then you realize, yo, this particular subtopic I didn't want in between. So to keep out any topic from the main topic, what you can do is you can key in the main topic, in this case compensation, and you want to keep out the one which you don't want in the main results, that is, say, medical negligence. So I'll type compensation, not medical. So this way it will keep the judgments of on medical negligence in under compensation out of the purview of that, I mean, out of the results. So this is the this is how the not operator will work for you. Now let's click on this start search and get the results. And in the results, I'll just show you one thing over here, that is how to copy paste a judgment part, and also what is true print. Basically 2 things will cover here. Let's open any judgment of Supreme Court, and in the full text judgment of the Supreme Court, let's define these icons in the 3rd column. The last one being that you can save a judgment, you can mail a judgment. You see this true print, adjacent. So now in underprint, you are finding 3 type of prints. What is the difference? The first one talks about true print. True print means the exact photo picture of the original print journal that you have. Same you will get, the same printing. If you print from here, will be the same printing. I mean, same pagination paragraph. That's what is true print. And non-true print is what you are seeing right now on your screen. The same way it will print. It will be a computer generated print. It will not follow the same pagination and paragraphing that you have in the original print. And the non-true print with highlight, third icon, it will also highlight this word which I have searched for, compensation in this case, while I am doing the print command. So these are the 3 types of prints that we have in Scc. Apart from that, you can also share this document with your colleague or associate. There is a share document sharing link icon also available. I hope Mohit, we are connected. Yeah, so document sharing link is there. You can copy it and then you can share it with your associate. Then comes the copy paste feature. Now in copy paste, as you can see, this is a SCC citation. So here you will have these head notes embedded. So here you can't do manually, you can't copy, like you can highlight and say Control C, Control V. That can't be done here. There is another method of copying here. You can copy here para-wise from the full text judgments. Let's take this para number 2. Adjacent to para number 2, there is a notepad, small icon. If you double click on that, a new window will open. And in that new window, you will see the extract of this para 2. From here, I can manually copy a couple of lines or maybe entire para and paste it in my word editor. Or I can also mail it across to me or to my colleague. So that is one para. But what if you have more than one para? In SCC, you can copy up to 10 paras at one go. So let's close this window and go back to the judgment. And apart from para number 2, I want to copy a couple of paras. So instead of double notepad icon, I'll click once. It will show one green tick over there. One green tick will appear. Similarly, for a couple of paras, let's take. And then what is the method of copying? It's known as smart copy. The third icon in this text column, you see smart copy. You click on, and the moment we click in the new window, all the selected paras will get extracted. From here, I can just, it will also show the source, citation, equivalent citation, page number, everything on each of these paras will be mentioned. From here, I can, mail it across or copy paste the way I want. I can do that. So that is copy paste for you. Let's close this and show you one more feature. See, you can save a judgment one by one. I mean, one judgment at one time. What if I want to prepare a folder, and in that folder, similar cases on compensation, maybe from Supreme Court or maybe from High Court or Tribunal, or maybe I want one or two articles or bills also associated with it to be stored in a single folder. So to do that, the first icon you see over here in the third column, known as Add to my Scc Online folder, you click on. The moment you click on, it will prompt you to change the folder and give it create a new one and give it name of your, say, university or college. So you'll click on change folder, click on the bottom new folder button. A new folder will get created. Now from here, if I simply it will prompt me to enter the name of the institution. So we've done that, and then after that I'll click on and I press enter and click on select folder. Now this folder gets created and gets selected also, and the moment I click on OK, a document which was there open in the third column gets added to it. Now let's browse further in the left hand panel, all results. Go to the High Court and choose one High Court judgment, of course, and again repeat the same what you call process, that is add to my Scc Online folder and then click on OK. But so the second document also gets saved in the same folder. Right. Similarly, if I have any other maybe any bill or article, so we can keep on adding, and there's no restraint on that. And all this gets stored on the server, on the cloud. But access will be only through your login ID. It will not be accessible to one and all. It will be only accessible to the creator. Now the second step is to retrieve it. For retrieving, what you do, adjacent to this dashboard icon, there is a My Scc Online icon. Under that, you have view folders and manage folders and view folders. You'll select that. And obviously in my folders, under my folders, you have this view folders. You click on that and all the folders that I have created will get listed in the left-hand column. That's under that called results. Now, so far so good. Now, what if I want to prepare a case compilation or compendium of all these documents to present in say moot court, or maybe later on in your profession in the court itself. So let's take this example here. The compilation can be prepared here by clicking on, first we need to select the documents. So let's select all. So in the result list checkbox, you click once and all the 3 documents get selected. Once the selection is done, then you go to the adjacent action icon, adjacent to result list. There's one action icon over there, and under that there are various options. You go to the last option, which is create case compilation. So under this create case compilation, I click on this last icon. It will show me the documents. Yes, 3 documents are there, and they are there with the title and date, judgment date, etc. Now I can change the sequence. I can move up and down according to my choice. Once that this thing is done, you can save the folder, although it's in the same name, you can change the name also, which you want to save. And finally, you click on the create button on the bottom right. And believe me, the more moment we are talking, in the meanwhile, in the background, the software is preparing case compilation. If you can imagine, manually, if you are starting doing it manually, putting all the page numbers and all, it will take you an hour or two. But here it is a matter of minutes. So you can see that it's showing me table of contents and documents. Now let's move to the first one, that is table of contents. It's showing me the party name, the title, and the page number. This is being allocated by the software automatically. So from page number 1 to 3, you have the first document. From page number 4 to 16, the second document, and from page number 17 to 20, the third document. So my pagination part is done. From here, if I want to put any remarks under this table of contents, I can do that. It's editable. You can make it bold, italic, or underscore, or whatever. Insert a line, delete a line, or just put a remark like I want to discuss something on para number 2 in this first document. So you can type that over. And the moment after that, after doing the necessary modifications, you can click on the save button, right and top of this table of contents. So all those changes they get saved, right? That was first part. That is table of contents. Now let's move to the second part. In the second column, where you see these documents page numbers, you click on that. And the moment I click on that, it will now show me all the 3 documents in the same sequence as in the table of contents. And there will be a page number on each, on the right hand top in the square box. So from page 1 to 6, you'll have first, and from it will be in continuation from 7, the second document, and then from whatever 17th or the third one. Now, from here, the last step is to download these compilation. So in the second column, you find download arrows in each table of contents as well as the documents page numbers. You will click on download. It will download most probably in your downloads folder. From there, you can just take a print and just present it, file it and present it. So it's very simple that way. Case compilation. Let's move back to the dashboard and quickly show a couple of maybe options in the library section, and then we can open the question and answer round. So in my library, as you can see, the name suggests it's like an e-library. It's the way you have a library, physical library in a college. Here you have an e-library. All the topics are available. You click on any of the topics and click on any of the titles, and you get to see the document. Now let's showcase this browse curated topics. In browse curated topics, what we've done is we have 10-12 topics here. Which have been prepared by our editorial, and all these topics will have each and everything related to that topic will be clubbed from different databases at one place, number one. And that too, it has been filtered out. I mean, research has been done on only the main focused ones on that particular topic are being made available over it. So let's talk about, say, there are a lot of arbitration, conciliation, taxation, environment law, and corporate commercial law. Let's take corporate and commercial law. So you'll find under corporate and commercial law, you'll have banking, you will have cryptocurrency, you will have e-commerce, you will have aviation, you will have competition law. So many options, insolvency and bankruptcy. So many titles are there, so which are kept over here, as you can see on the left hand. Now from here, if I choose one of the topics, say let's take an example of competition law. Under that, you will get not only the case law, but the statutory law, the notification circular, the rule regulation, the articles, bills, what all is possible or available in this under this topic will be clubbed together at one place for you. Now, how efficient it is or how curated it is, if you expand over statutory law, you'll find the Principal Act, that is the Competition Act. Apart from that, you'll also find the Companies Act, Section 23410, Schedule 5. Now, these three, Schedule 5 and these two sections are linked to Competition Act. Similarly, Electricity Act, Section 23, 60, 61, 62. You can click on any one of them, and on the right-hand panel, column, you'll get to see text of that. Similarly, you'll also find one on insolvency and bankruptcy. Couple of codes are there, sections are there. Then Insurance Act, then try is there. So all these acts from different categories are clubbed together at one place because they are linked indirectly or directly to the competition law. Similarly, if you talk about the notifications, the rule regulations, you will find the competition appellate tribunal and competition commission of India rules regulations. Now followed by that, if you go to the ministry, various ministry notifications are there, then you open the case laws, you will find a handful of them, 10, 15, 20. Believe me, there are thousands of them on competition law, but you'll find only few here. So that is already curated. That's already sorted for you by the editorial. So let's take the topmost one, say Bharti Airtel. So it will give me the judgment of that particular this thing. The citation. Along with that, you'll also find that the two judges bench. One of the judges' name is in bold, and the other one is in normal font. The bold one is the one who has authored this judgment. That's an indicator for you. Let's move back to the dashboard, and let's move back to the dashboard, and we'll just open up the question and answer, and anybody can then put it in the chat box also. So we have also acts and rules. In the acts and rules, we have incorporated the what you call the most important citations are put in the Bare Act itself, right? And most important judgments, and along with the commentaries on that particular citation or judgment will be available here. So you can see over here Constitution of India and Central Acts and all. So let's go to the Central Acts where we have done this extra work, and go to the Contract Act. The Bare Act will be appearing in front of you, and while we are browsing the Bare Act, you will find that there are blue colored highlighted portions. Now these are the insertions made by the editorial. Say on conditional offer or substantial or acceptance, you will find one important citation being curated and put over here by the editorial. And along with that, there is a commentary also available on that topic. So this you will find in the entire Central Acts that we have done. So apart from this Bare Act, you will also get to see the categories like secondary material as well in Scc Online, and the articles, leading articles from leading publishers and leading international law universities and all. So that also is available to you. Apart from that, we have the entire constitutional documents in the form of Constitutional Assembly debates. Then we have various reports of commissions and committees, which includes the Law Commission reports as well. So all this information is available to you under these topics, which you can explore, of course, on your own. Moot court resources is a section where you will get to see the problems and the winner from both appellant and respondent on a particular problem that was given to them in the moot court competition. So for preparation of the moot court competition, you can use this particular section. Let's say give you a glimpse, like Amity Law University, the problem is mentioned over here. And of course, from after the problem, which is being described over here, defined over here, you will also see the winner team memorial as well as the for appellant as well as the respondent. So that is moot court section for you. For the preparation, you can use this resource. And let's move back to the dashboard. I think the last one is the links, which takes you to the external links if you have subscribed to the external resources like Singapore LawNet or Hine Online. And there's a micro blogging site of ours by the name Scc Online Blog, where you get all the legal information and the latest case briefs from Supreme Court of India, High Court, as well as the tribunals, etc. Now I think we will open this session for the questions and answers. Either the participants can unmute and ask, or put it in a chat box. Do we have any queries on the chat?
We will send a mail for the students. If they are having any doubts, they will contact you.
Okay, ma'am. Fine. So, ma'am, I think if there are no further queries at present, we can just conclude the session. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Students, by now I think you had understood how to use SCC to find relevant information with less time, and also how to use it for your research effectively. Thank you very much, Mr. Rajesh Raina and Mr. Mohit Singh, sir, for your elaborate and clear explanation about SCC. I believe that our students will definitely get the benefit of using SCC frequently. And also, I would like to thank our first year faculties for their cooperation to organize students for this program. And also, I thank our technical person for his support on technical part to run this training program efficiently. Last but not the least, I thank our students for their support and cooperation to make this program success. Thank you one and all for making this program a success. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
You all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.